A warm welcome to Business Daily right here on Trust Television. I am Yusuf Akogu. Let's take the business top stories. Glad to have you back. Now we go to the stock market to give you highlights of the stock trading as it went down on Tuesday on the floor of the Nigerian stock market. The market closed in the positive territory yesterday, 0.51%. It gained yesterday about 319.904 million volume of shares, value at 6.330 billion naira in a days of 6,272 exchange hands among investors on the floor of the capital market on Tuesday. Of course, the all share index back to where it were before, 67,000, above 67,000 basis point there on Tuesday. Let's look at the top gaining equities. The top gaining equities, flour mill topping there 9.93% to close at 28 naira and 20 kobo. UPL 9.81% up to close at 2 naira and 14 kobo per share, while Sham PLC gaining 9.37% to close at 1 naira and 60 kobo per shares. Let's look at the top losing equities as well. VDF Group, it was here yesterday, it's back again on the table again today, down 9.98% to close at 242 naira and 40 kobo per shares, apparently due to profit taking by investors of that company. ABC Trans down 9.88% there to close at 81 kobo per share. Investor sentiment not really tilting towards that equity there. FTN Cocoa as well down 3.70% to close at 1 naira and 62 kobo per shares. Let's look at the top trading equities by volumes. Of course, by volume, Access Bank Corporation, the mother company of Access Bank, did 37.9 million volume of shares yesterday. It traded on Tuesday. Jitco 1.4 billion, and of course Fidelity Bank 264 million volume of shares of that company were traded yesterday. Let's look at the performance in terms of sectors. The sectorial performance of the market. NGS banking up there 0.51%. The industrial sector closing flat. It's been like that since the beginning of the week. The consumer good gained marginally 0.54%. The oil and gas sector same on the flat note, not much activities in that sector. The insurance sector is down 0.46% as well today. Let's look at the rest of Africa and see how they are faring. Joburg is up today 0.68%. Down there in Johannesburg Stock Exchange in Ghana is up as well 0.19%. The basis point way above 3,000 there. And of course, if you go down to Kenya, it keep coming down. One of the vibrant economy in the Eastern Africa there, the NSC, the stock market there not doing so well, down 1.69% due to apparently profit taken by investors of some investors trading on that buzz or down. So these are the highlights of the stock trading as it went down across the continent on Tuesday. As usual, the market is on. I will keep giving you all the updates you need to know right here on Business Daily. But for now, we take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll look at the Nigerian blue economy. What does it mean? What potential revenue would the federal government take from this new ministry that was created by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? We'll delve into that discussion when we come back from this break. Don't go away. Glad to have you back. A lot of investment opportunities there in the marine economy, of course, what we call blue economy. Nigeria has that new ministry now, the Ministry of Blue Economy. What are the potentials or the investment opportunities in this sector of the economy? I have joining me Dr. Isa Elegbede. Dr. Isa Elegbede is a marine sustainability and blue economy expert. He joined me virtually from Lagos. Good morning, Dr. Isa.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. It's nice to be here.
Good morning. Yes, I've read some of your commentaries with regard to this blue economy. Let us into what do you think is the motive behind the establishment of this new ministry? Hello, doctors. Can you hear me? All right, quite a whole lot of investment there. I think we're trying to reconnect with Dr. Isa back, but there's quite a whole lot there in terms of investment in that sector, from the marine, the fishery, and other key sector there, and other areas there that Nigeria can actually benefit from there. About 90% of the global trade are actually, going through that area. But we'll take a very quick break. When we come back, I will hope to get Dr. Isa back online. All right, I have Dr. Isa back online now via phone there from Lagos. Good morning, Dr. Isa.
Yeah, good morning. Sorry for the network issues.
All right, good morning again. I was asking before you went offline there that what do you think is the motive behind the establishment? Why are we having this new ministry? It's a very new one. And what do you think are the investment opportunity in this sector?
Yeah, thanks so much. It's nice to be here. I haven't known that Nigeria has recently established the new ministry, the Nigerian Marine and Blue Economy Ministry. And as well, kudos to the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for this initiative. But before we start, blue economy is a concept that allows to explore, to have a sustainable exploration of the use of the ocean and coastal resources, particularly for economic benefits. So this ministry should integrate environmental, social, economic, and institutional objectives in order to explore these great marine resources. So for Nigeria, having as well understood that blue economy encompasses the ocean, the seas, the coast, and all waterways. So Nigeria has the chance to explore a lot of resources. For example, let's start from the global arena. The ocean economy has the capacity to support more than 90% of the global trade and can provide millions of jobs to the economy. Apart from this, it also includes areas such as shipping, tourism, and offshore energy, which are valued around 25 trillion US dollars. So for Nigeria, Nigeria has the capacity to explore all these resources and also to benefit from this towards harnessing our economic growth and as well towards being a great nation. Then besides, the Nigerian economy is an economy that is so much dependent on oil. So sustaining or bringing up this kind of economy will allow us to richly tap into these resources towards advancing on our economic framework. Yes.
Submission there from you there. I have read a lot of.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
I have read a lot of your commentaries and some of the position that you have taken with regards to the blue economy. This is another way, of course, like you have rightly pointed out, of government diversifying revenue away from crude oil. Let's look at the areas that you think the ministry should focus on in terms of, the framework now that should be used to ensure that government benefit from this new ministry.
Yes. Firstly, blue economy encompasses all aspects of marine, coastal, and inland water. But we have an issue presently in the country. Number one is that the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security also has its fisheries department. And likewise, the blue economy is also linked to fishery and aquaculture. So there is need for the government to harmonize these two ministries and possibly creating an independent establishment or parastatal that both ministries will be able to manage marine, fisheries, and agricultural resources separately. Having said this, it is important that this government create an inclusive avenue to allow all stakeholders to participate. If I can remember, the previous administration, President Mohamed Buhari created a committee on expanded committee on sustainable blue economy in Nigeria. However, this present administration should do beyond this, and how? By bringing up all stakeholders with high level of inclusiveness and holistic participation, such as stakeholders, partners, scientists, engineers, NGOs, youth, traditional communities, indigenous people, even down to PWDs, people with disabilities, because everybody has a role to play in this, in promoting this sector. And as well, the ministry should not forget all relevant government agencies. Besides, there's need to look at policies as well. Policies that will prioritize sustainable marine resource use and that should focus on ethical exploration of these resources, because blue resources can be natural, can be living and non-living resources. For the living resources and both non-living resources, there's need for ethical exploration and as well having sustainable or ecotourism and trading that is ethical and sustainable, which will benefit the next generation. In addition, the blue economy personnel, including non-employed youth, because we have so many unemployed youth in the country, should be trained with all the arsenals within the resources and should be able to and these resources should allow to have improved programs that will foster sustainable practices and as well contribute to the country's GDP. If I can also remember, we have infrastructure such as port and transportation systems. So the government should find ways to sustain investment in all these infrastructural resources like ports, transportation, storage facilities, and this will also allow to explore research and technology transfer in this domain. Though there has been issues surrounding mismanagement of resources, but we need to check this critically to ensure that the sustainable future for all is enshrined, and as well the government should protect all our ecosystem and as well to
all right. Dr. Issa, let's talk about the coastal line in Africa. Africa has about 47,000 kilometers of coastal line. Nigeria accounted for over 800 kilometers of that number. How well positioned do you think we are to benefit from this blue economy?
Yes. Since the inception of the new ministry, I've been able to follow and I've seen so many strategic meetings that have been going on. But however, we need to collaborate more with all our stakeholders and partners within the region, especially the West African region. Nigeria is signatory to all these international and continental policies and laws. So we should find a way to see how we can actively participate and as well to see how we can be champions in implementing some of these tributes and as well these policies, particularly knowing that in the West African region, Nigeria has been a liner in managing the ECOWAS regime. So we as Nigeria, we need to stand up to our expectations and as well to coordinate the region. So particularly looking at the aspect of promoting economic development and also having our citizens to be able to benefit actively with these resources in a sustainable form. Yes.
All right. Let's look at the activities of the pirates. A lot of them are actually very, very common, especially on the Gulf of Guinea. What measure do you think governments across the region, not just Nigeria now, should take to curb the activities in a way that will allow the region and indeed Nigeria benefit from the blue economy revenue?
Yes, thank you so much. So with the issue of pirate issue is not only affecting Nigeria, it's across board. So it is important that the government should work with all countries, the ministry of all countries, to be able to work together in order to be able to control this issue. Apart from this, there is need for additional funding to be able to monitor and explore technological resources such as our satellites and all other advanced technology to be able to have active surveillance and monitoring of these resources. In addition, the government within the region, the African region, or probably the Gulf of Guinea, should also see how we can effectively look into proper data management. We need to have adequate information and to be able to see how we can coordinate these resources in terms of both even the fish stock, having a proper analysis of what we have in the stock, and as well to be able to see how we can involve our stakeholders in continuous and effective monitoring activities.
All right, let's look at the figure from NIMASA, Nigeria Maritime Administration and Safety Agency. They have valued Nigeria blue economic potential to be at about $296 billion US dollars. That is a huge amount of money. That you agree with me. That is like, if you want to quantify it with our current, the proposed 2024 budget, that is about 6 to 7 years budget. So if we tap from an economy like this, what do you think will make of the Nigerian economy that is struggling to raise revenue across? Even recently, the government did admitted that they are even broke and struggling to pay salaries, and yet we have an area of the economy that is not really tapped.
Yes, there are abundance of opportunities within the blue economic space. So one of them is the area of fisheries and aquaculture. Now, Nigeria, the demand for fish in Nigeria is enormous. So with proper sustainable management and contribution to this subsector, we can always create more jobs and more economic prospects. Apart from fisheries, the aspect of tourism. Now, you see some countries outside where people are going for holidays and some other trips. Nigeria can be as a pace setter to attract foreign tourists. With this, we can always earn huge amount of money. Besides the offshore energy, Nigeria, we have been continuously exploring our fossil oil, but there are renewable offshore energy that we can explore with this. Vis-a-vis the wind energy, the wave energy. Even we have what is called the marine biomass energy. These are abundant things that we can explore. And with this, if we're able to explore this adequately, we can get economic advancement, and as well we can even transfer energy to our neighboring countries. Apart from this, we have the marine biotechnology, which is yet to be explored. If we can look into this, create additional funding, look for researchers, and bring experts to be able to work on this area, there are so many discoveries and so many innovations that are going to be retrieved from this area. Particularly, don't let us forget the aspect of research and development. For any nation to grow, there's need to have abundant funding or resources on research and technology, which I think the government is hearing, and my honorable minister is also hearing this. So we need to bring more resources with this, and when we do this, it will allow us to bring up all beneficiaries or stakeholders within the community, particularly the remote coastal people. They have been sidelined. We need to bring everybody on board, and also to see how we can tap into their indigenous and traditional knowledge, because with this we can work together to have a sustainable blue resources that will be beneficial to all.
Okay, as we wrap up now, let's look at the activities of the illegal operations that we have along the coastal line. You talk about bringing those that live around that side together into as the major stakeholders into the whole project. But what about the illegal activities? Talk about fishery. We can actually make so much money from there. How do we deal with the illegal, some unauthorized fishermen that we have on our coastal areas?
Yes, as I have said earlier, the issue of IUU is a great menace, and we need to find how we should tackle it, because this is underrepresenting us, and this is allowing us to have a setback in achieving and exploring the benefit attached to these resources. So the issue of IUU, they seem to have for us to have adequate monitoring and surveillance to be able to manage this sector, and particularly protecting ourselves from both vessels, like for example, like China and some other vessels that intrude into our waters. Our military personnel should be highly empowered to be able to do this to protect the fishery. Another thing that we can do to protect ourselves from IUU is to be able to see how we can bring to have like an indigenous stewardship program whereby all our traditional communities that benefit or also participate with this in this aquatic domain can participate in stewardship and monitoring this. Then also, let us forget we can also explore advanced technology. We can use satellite for surveillance and monitoring of these resources. All these can be explored together to curb and protect ourselves from illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing practices.
All right, Dr. Isa Olalekan Elegbede, marine sustainability and blue economy expert. I must thank you for your contribution on the Business Daily today.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sorry for the history.
All right. All right. With that is a wrap on the show today. We'll be back again tomorrow for more. I am Yusuf Akogun.